Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your man Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching my content, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I have a story that I want to bring to you, so let's get into this story right now. And if y'all would give me a minute, let me check my sound quick. Okay, look like everything is good. Okay, because I'm looking at my mic meter. So it look like it's going where it's supposed to go. Okay. Guys, I got a story here which is very sad. Somebody sent me this story. They wanted me to do it. Can't remember the person's name, but if you're out there and you see this story, please leave your name in the comment. Let me know that you was the one that brought this story to my attention. Okay. You have a man by the name of Reggie Brown. Excuse me, Brown, who was 64 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I see right here he was 64 years old. And what ended up happening was he was beaten to death, what it says right here, by girls who were 12 and 13 years old. Now, when I go look at a post on Twitter, they say it was, okay, I thought they said it was a third person, but apparently it was just these two. It was two girls, 12 or 13. 12 or 13-year-old girl beat this man. They said they beat him in what's this term that they using? Celebratory mood. I guess they mean it was a happy mood or something that they did this to him or whatnot. This story is coming out of DC. Let me let y'all hear this. Okay, let me let y'all hear this.
Good evening. In a 4.5-hour hearing here at D.C. Superior Court, prosecutors played a number of videos, including a cell phone video showing 64-year-old Reggie Brown being kicked and stomped. A video the detective in the case described as horrific and said as the girls walked away, they were in a celebratory mood. In this alley, just after midnight on October 17th, D.C. police say a man who has not been identified and a group of young girls brutally...
Listen to what they said after midnight. What the hell are 12 and 13-year-old doing outside after midnight? And 9 times 10 probably was a school night. What the hell they doing outside? Washington must not have no curfew.
He attacked 64-year-old Reggie Brown, who is described as being physically handicapped. In a juvenile court hearing today, D.C. Police Detective Harry Singleton testified a man in a blue coat first assaulted Reggie Brown by throwing him to the ground in the 6200 block of Georgia Avenue. Brown then got up and tried to get away, moving fast through the alley, followed by the unidentified man and a group of girls, including two 13-year-olds and a 12-year-old. Brown's friend George tells News.
Oh, so it was a third person. Sounded like it was a fourth person. It was a man in a blue coat and a 12 and a 13-year-old, and they just said somebody else was there. So it sounded like it was 4 in total.
News 4, he was stunned to hear 3 girls are allegedly involved in his friend's death.
That's rough. That's rough. They need to pay the penalty if they did it.
Detective Singleton also testified he could find no connection between Reggie Brown and the girls. They didn't know each other. He also said Mr. Brown never fought back and never defended himself. At D.C. Superior Court, Paul Wagner, News 4.
Let me tell y'all something, and see, and I've been talking about this, and one day y'all gonna listen to me. Y'all literally gonna listen to me one day. I don't know when that day's gonna come, but you're gonna listen to me one day. First of all, I'm gonna repeat it again. These children are getting young and young. All right. Now these girls are getting in the fray. The hot ass girl who hot in the ass, 12 and 13 years old, out here doing this fuck shit and being disrespectful to grown-ups. Okay? So, and I gotta say this for the millionth time. People like to look at age and try to say, what can somebody young do to you? Well, maybe you can stop asking that question after seeing this story right here. I gotta ask that question again. What is the 12 and the 13-year-old doing out at 12 midnight? What are they doing outside at 12 midnight? What the fuck you trying to do? All right. Nobody that young should not be out at no 12 midnight unless somehow you at some kind of party that's for particularly for children your age and it's being monitored by grown ups. That's the only way I can see it. But even that's a stretch because you don't have too many parties that run late night with 12 or 13 years old around. And he had their ass in the house. All right. When I was 13, somewhere around the age range, I was in the house. Cause I think down here in Memphis we had a curfew then. I think we still got a curfew now. I wasn't allowed to run rapid in the streets, especially not on school night. You know where I was in school night? I had my ass at home 9 times out of 10, either playing my game on the phone or probably in bed getting ready for the next day. Now, however, on the weekend, yeah, some of my moms and dad let us stay up late because it's the weekend. We had to go to school. But if it was a school night, you better get your ass up to bed. And if you did stay up late, your mom and dad didn't give a damn. They were told you still gonna get your ass up and go to school. All right? Which a lot of these parents, I don't think they do in this era now. They just sort of let these children run the house and let them do what they want to do. Okay? So again, stop looking at age and stop and saying that age can since somebody's young, they can't do XYZ to you. Oh bullshit. Yes, they can. If they could beat up an elderly man who is 64 years old to the point of death, then you don't know how far these folks will go. We even talk about a 10-year-old out there in Orlando, I believe. She trying to protect her mama, so she felt like she was, and shot another woman twice and hit her in the head. A 10-year-old. Her hot ass out there arguing with grown-ups, cussing and carrying on, and trying to fight with adults. Okay? And whoever they're saying is person in the blue coat, I guess he was a teenager too, whoever won in the blue coat, they threw this man down. And said these chicks did it in a celebratory mood, after they done it. After they done it. Just totally disrespect. And this is how a lot of them end up pregnant and all type of stuff because they running doing what they want to do instead of somebody making them sit their hot ass down or putting a foot up in their ass. Okay? Here is the time when you hear stories like these that tough love needs to play a major part. Tough love needs to come in and play a major part. When you start showing some of these hot ass girls and these hot testosterone ass Negroes tough love, they will calm down. Because they eventually will see that the streets is not their friends and the streets is not their parents. You are the parent, okay? They're going to see that by them not having a roof over their head, what he said on The Color Purple, it's going to rain on your head. While it's cold out there, it's going to snow on your head. You know why? Because you want to be grown, all right? So you need to be treated like you grown. Show them tough love. Let them stay out there and see how it is out there. And show them that the grass is not greener on the other side. Man, I promise you I missed the 80s and the 90s. I do. If I could rewind the hands of time, I would love to go back in that era and watch parents parent and put these little hot ass, fast ass girls in a place. Okay? And if the parents weren't around to do it, grandma and granddaddy would do it. And if grandma and granddaddy weren't around to do it, you had the neighborhood that would do it. And you lucky if you don't get your ass whooped when your mom and dad get back home. All right? 12 and 13 years old, beat an elderly man. And it's nothing I like to say to the parents too. If they look at him and say 64 is the elderly, he's disabled, what do you think they're going to do to you when they get upset with you? How far you think they will go with you? If they tough enough to a defenseless man like this, a grown man, if they stand up to him like this and cutting up like that, what do you think the children are going to do to you when they feeling some type of way or when they feeling froggy? What do you think they're going to do to you? Reggie Brown was the victim of the attack. This happened in October. Georgia Avenue, Northwest, a 12-year-old girl and two 13-year-old girls. A 12-year-old girl and two 13-year-old girls were charged with murder. All right. They saying the search for a man is ongoing. They talk about the man in the blue coat. Now, this story originally came out on April the 4th. Well, this right here came out April the 4th. And it was updated on April the 4th. So we talking about 12 days ago. 3 middle school, listen to this. 3 middle school age girls who are accused of beating a disabled man to death in D.C. last fall would be held in a juvenile facility at least until May 8th, a judge ruled on Thursday. The 12-year-old and the two 13-year-old appeared in court after they were charged last week in the death of 64-year-old Reggie Brown. The judge also ruled the girl must undergo competency exams. Brown died after he was brutally assaulted on Georgia Avenue early morning of October the 17th. Let me look and see what day October 17th was. How do I go back? October the 17th was on a Tuesday. It was on a Tuesday. So it was a school night. Unless it was a holiday out there in D.C. This was a school night. Police say the girls were caught on multiple recordings of the attack that the detective called horrific. The girl whose names were not released had been held in a secure juvenile facility since last weekend. In 2 separate hearings, the judge found probable cause for charges of second-degree murder, assault, and conspiracy. In court last week, a detective testified that Brown was disabled, had missing fingers on each hand, and had ongoing ailments. If I said it right, AILMENTS. Wow. Fucking insane. Insane. This is insane. Y'all better be careful, man. Y'all really. You parents need to get y'all children in check. Or either your children gonna be in jail, or they're gonna be 6 feet under in hell. Because they so fucking disrespectful and violent. Disrespectful and violent. And that's a damn shame. Where are these folks' parents at? Who knows? Who knows? But I'm gonna leave it right there. Let y'all tell me what y'all think about this when you hear this. Mr. Reggie Brown, I'm sorry this happened to you, brother. And rest in peace to you, my man. I'm your man, Chris Thorns. Catch y'all next time.